Okay, in this video we are going to cover how to change cushions. It's really important to do this, especially if you're on a set of beginner plates. If you're just starting out in roller derby, you likely bought a fresh meat package and you got a set of skates that look like this. It's a very inexpensive boot. This one's made by Rydell. This is a set of R3s. This is very typical for fresh meat to get. Inexpensive boot and a plastic plate. There's not really anything wrong with this plate to learn on or on this boot. Great for learning. Pretty much once you pass fresh meat, get rid of it. Anyway, so we're going to address the cushion issue on these. The cushions are these rubber or urethane bits that are located on either side of the truck. These guys right here. Typically on beginner skates, these things are made out of like a very hard rubberized plastic junk. They're no good for anything. They basically don't allow your skates to turn at all. And the cushions, they are what allow your trucks to articulate and actually allow the skate to turn in different directions without actually picking your skate up off the ground. Usually what ends up happening is people notice that they don't have any grip. They're sliding around on their wheels, and people say, oh, well, you need to get different wheels. And then they usually end up with a set of poisons. That's what everyone says. Get sticky wheels, poisons, it'll make you'll be able to stick better, which is true, but wheels usually cost $80 to $100, and you'll be able to get more life out of your existing wheels if you swap the cushions. Swapping the cushions will allow your wheels to stay on the floor longer, and usually they're only about $10. The ones that I like to use these are SureGrip Super Cushions. It's about $10 for enough to do a whole set of skates, so you get 8 cushions. I like to put on a set of barrels on the bottom, or on the top, sorry, close to the plate. That's these guys here, and then I'll use cones on the bottom part that's on the other side, close to the adjuster nut. You'll get more action out of them by going with a barrel on the top and a cone on the bottom. So that's what I like to use. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we are going to take off the adjuster nuts completely, and then we'll be able to slide the cushions off. I mean, right away you can see. I'll try to do this as best I can here. There's not a lot of pressure on these cushions right now. They're basically just touching. I did not tighten these at all. And as far as side-to-side movement goes, it's very, very difficult to get this truck to move at all. So what this means is it's going to be really, really hard to do proper crossovers, to do cutting, lateral movements. Basically everything is difficult when your trucks don't move like this. And when you try to adjust these by loosening off this kingpin adjuster nut, what ends up happening is, because these are so hard, you have to get it very, very loose to get any sort of movement out of it. So I'll just loosen this off to where people usually end up getting some sort of movement. And like now I can move this a little bit more, not that much, but this is rattly loose. This is dangerous when this is loose like this. If you can move your truck all around like this, this is no good. You need softer cushions, definitely. The SureGrip Super Cushions that I like to use come in different colors, red being the hardest and blue being the softest. I usually end up putting your average size skater onto purple ones, which are these ones here. This is one of their medium kind of grade, and this works out well as a beginning point for just about everybody. Put them on purples. If you're under 130 pounds, I would start on a set of yellows, which is a little bit softer than the purples, and it's just going to work better with your body weight. For really heavy people, I say really heavy, being like over 200 pounds, I typically put them on a set of reds close to the plate and then purples on the bottom, and the red will support their weight. They won't get a lot of deformation just from standing around, but having the purple on the bottom will allow a fair bit of movement still. So you can see these are really easy to swap. You essentially just pull the truck off, slide that old garbage cushion out, and slide the new one on, right like that. Very simple. Stick the truck back on. Most plates, it doesn't matter. The trucks are interchangeable front to back. It doesn't make a difference. Some older plates, back in the 80s, they came with different trucks front to back. People don't use those for derby, so it's not a worry. The cone cushions that I'm putting on the other side of the truck here, the typical washers that come on these plates, they're a little bit too big. You can see that this is the wrong shape for that. So usually when you get the cone cushions, they come with a little smaller washer that you can put on there. So just get these guys on. Again, very simple, just assembly is reverse of disassembly. Most of these beginner plates, they use a 9/16 nut on the end. I carry around a ratchet with a socket on it because I have extra mechanics tools kicking around. Lots of times people will carry just a normal, like a box end wrench like this in 9/16 to fit on here. There are a number of skate tools that you can get that have 9/16 for the kingpin adjuster and a 1/2 inch for your wheel nuts. I carry around a ratchet and wrenches because I like using proper tools. Just get a little bit of compression on these guys. So that's tightened down, so there's a decent amount of compression. And now you can see this is not rattling at all yet. Dun, 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 dun. A lot easier to move these trucks. So this is going to mean better traction with harder wheels. Your wheels are going to stay in contact with the ground longer, and it's going to be easier to do lateral movements, cutting, crossovers. Essentially everything is going to be easier if you have properly matched cushions to your weight and skating skill. So there you have it. Easy how to change cushions, save yourself some money, don't get new wheels yet. Cushions is the first thing that you should do on your beginner skates. Everything is easier. Thank you very much.